live stream VIP style. Here we go. Here's the quick little intro. So Marty Ray, the Marty Ray Project, as we mentioned, is our special guest. He's a man who is described by IMDb the funniest and scariest guy in any room growing up, and still is. A man who has more hats than the lids in a New York City thrift store combined. A man who rocks a cover better than a duvet cover sheet in a luxurious hotel. A man who is not only all about that beard, but all about that Jesus and the opportunity and gift he has been given. A man who is an artist, an actor, a director, a podcaster, you name it, he's done it and can do it all. He might even be a doctor, and we don't even know
Probably
it.
already is.
The one, the only, Marty Ray.
What's up?
How's it
Did
going,
you write
man?
that intro?
Just another.
Did you write that, or was that on my IMDb page?
No, that was credit to me. Just the one part was IMDb.
Fantastic. I'm gonna add all that other stuff to the IMDb now.
Oh, you should. And if you ever need a hype man and I happen to be able to travel anywhere near you in the next 6 months, then I got you. You can pull that off.
Well, I'm gonna need you to get to Nashville as quick as possible.
I'm
Done.
on it.
I'll drive
We're in.
you.
We're in.
I'll be at the show.
And they haven't shut down commercial flights. I heard they're really cheap this time of the year, so we could probably make that happen.
This time of the virus, they're really cheap.
Yes, absolutely. I know somebody I was looking at was trying to get from Florida to Washington, and it was $95 round trip.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, you probably should go. And he's like,
Who was that with? Who was that flight with?
I didn't ask, but I could find out for you.
Probably United if you someone you knew.
Yeah, it would have been South Florida. So
Oh,
I don't know. There's a lot of flights that come into Florida.
Sure.
I highly recommend it because there's a lot of craziness with spring breakers going on down there. I told them just to kind of hunker down. So, but yeah. So first off, thank you very much for taking.
Oh, should I have this? Should I have this like that?
Wow, that makes the beard pop even more.
that's a good beard.
It's awkward because when I look in that myself in the thing and I try to move the phone like it should be, it's awkward. Okay, there we go.
It's not awkward for us if that makes you feel any better. So
It looks good.
Well,
you look good. So quick little, we got a couple of questions for you. So one thing that you probably hear a lot, but we wanted to just kind of ask you as well, like what got you into music? Was it something you did as a kid and you were like, dang, I guess I have the music in me? Or was it something that you kind of really struggled with and you had to work like a little bit extra hard to, become the music genius that you are today?
well, I don't know about no genius. That's high praise, but
Hey, that's my personal opinion. Take it as it is.
Very good.
wow, I sure appreciate that, man. I'm honored to hear it. Music. I was singing out of the womb. I just was able to do that out of the womb from God's graces of gracing me with talent. But to try to make a long story short, I used to mimic people, so I would mimic other artists and thought I did a pretty good job of doing it back in the day. People like Mahalia Jackson and even women. Before I hit puberty, I would mimic women. And
Logan still can.
Yeah.
well, maybe he'll hit puberty someday.
We're waiting
It
for
actually happened 2 years ago. I'm 39 now.
And then he grew a
No
beard.
way! Congratulations.
Yeah, and then I grew a beard. It was awesome.
Did you have a late puberty party?
I should have.
Yeah,
You
we've been
should- well,
celebrating
well,
it for a long time.
I know a good band you could hire to come play.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. We're in.
Hey, so anyway, back to non-puberty items. So I grew up singing other people like Boyz II Men and Charlie Daniels and Leonard Skinner and Elvis Presley, B.B. King, just mimicking all these people, and thought I sounded just like them to my ears. And, the two people in my family that I looked up to that did music for a living and for the churches and things like that, I always wanted their approval. So I would ask them, hey, how do I sound? Did this sound good? Or did that sound good? Or whatever. And they would say things like, it's all right, or you should probably start playing drums if you want to get into music or something. And I was always beaten down by that. I don't knock them for it. If that's their real opinion, that's fine.
Yep.
But years later, in 2005, I believe it was, I got an Apple MacBook, and it changed my life forever. I was able to record from GarageBand, a preloaded app that they have on there.
Yep.
And I decided I could record myself. So I wanted to see if I really sounded like I thought I sounded or not. And so I started recording myself. I didn't sound too bad to me, but but I still was mimicking other people. So I sounded like other people. And there's no market for somebody that sounds like everybody else, because those people already exist. So I didn't have my own voice. I didn't even know what I sounded like singing, because I never sang myself. I was always mimicking someone else. But I wanted to record my uncle and my cousin and I, the two people I looked up to, and I wanted to record all of us singing the song Hallelujah. And so we went and tried to do that. We never finished it. And my uncle had to leave. And I told my cousin, I said, look, I want to get something done before I go that I can edit, so I can practice editing and see what it's like, to learn. And he said, what do you want to do? And I just picked a song out of the hymn book, and a song that I'd never heard anybody sing before. So I had no reference. And it was A Great Speckled Bird. And since I had no reference, I had to sing from the heart. And when he played it and I sang it, it was the first time I'd ever heard my own voice. And it was I got chills when I sang that first time. And I came out and I was like, man, I said, you hear that? How'd that sound, man? He goes, that's all right. I was like, okay, well, you keep the same energy. I see. Okay. And so I left there and showed it to my uncle, who had left. And he said, well, because my cousin was recording albums already. So he thought that he had edited my voice and things like this. He said, well, he did something to your voice and changed it up. And I said, no, he didn't. I said, that's just raw. That's just me singing. That's all that is. And he didn't believe it. And then until years later. So then I posted a video and I said, let's see if I'm really supposed to do this for a living or not. I'll make a video and put it on Facebook. And I did that. And it got like 30,000 views. And I thought, man, I'm famous now. Yeah. And then I said, shoot, I'm headed for the stars. And then nothing happened for a long time. Besides, I was working for my father at his mechanic shop. And people started calling and saying, man, that song moved me to tears. And when are you doing an album? When are you coming out with an album? And it got me to thinking. I was like, maybe that's God saying this is what you're supposed to do. And so I took the last $3,000 I had and I made an album. I went to Nashville, came to Nashville, and slept in the back of my uncle's van, not the same uncle, but the back of my other uncle's van, and paid $3,000 for some songs.
That's awesome.
Say what?
Now that the uncle would have believed that you were sleeping in the van anyways.
Right.
Yeah, he wouldn't have believed it.
So did you just happen to have an uncle that was in Nashville?
No. Well, if I had an uncle in Nashville, hopefully he would let me sleep in his house.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was like, what a mean guy.
Yeah, you can come, Marty, but you're sleeping in that van out there.
Yeah, and rumor has it in 2005, once you bought the MacBook, you were the one that actually took the bite out of the apple and gave it the iconic Apple look, right?
I did indeed. I wanted to show people how the Apple logo was the forbidden fruit, and we're all biting off the tree of knowledge. Absolutely,
yeah. So I was just wondering if you have ever Googled yourself, and the reason I ask is because when you Google your name, it shows people also search for, and your other search company is Vanilla Ice, Otis Redding, Coolio, Skinnerd, Bill Withers, just to name a few. Like, that's some pretty amazing company right there.
It is. I don't deserve to be in it, but that's some amazing company for sure. That's just Google's algorithm, I'm sure, because I've done covers of all those people's songs. So yeah, I'm sure that's what that is. I don't think it's people, saying, hey man, he's as good as Bill Withers for sure. But if that is what it's doing, then I'm definitely honored by that.
Or when they stand next to you in the beard and they're like, well, I guess there ain't no sunshine.
Well, speaking of,
well, you got the same size beard.
Speaking of Ain't No Sunshine. Ain't No Sunshine is one of my favorite songs. And then
did I lose y'all?
World.
Am I still here?
Yep, we got you.
What a Wonderful World is the song
I sing to my
kids at night. I still can you hear us?
Hello.
Can you hear us or no?
I can't hear y'all now.
Leave and then come back.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave and then come back. Dadgummit.
Sometimes what happens when you do take a call through the broadcast studio that we have, if a text message or a call comes in, I think that's what happened when it went blank. It sometimes messes up with the sound. But yeah, Dan C, shout out to you, obviously. Go ahead. Oh, sorry. We're both going there. And yeah, that's some decent company indeed, Joseph. That he is mentioned with. And if you guys haven't Googled or obviously checked out Marty Ray, you can find him at martyrayproject.com. Obviously, he's Marty Ray. The band is Marty Ray Project. You can check him out on martyrayproject.com. YouTube is the same, Marty Ray Project. Twitter's the same. Facebook's the same. Instagram's the same. You can check him out on all of them. So
hopefully we get him back. There he is.
All right, he's back. All right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, sometimes I have
my best.
Yeah, no, sometimes what happens in the app is if a text or a call comes in once in a while, it just messes up the sound. So in and out. And but yeah, so we were talking kind of about the amazing, company through there on Google. And one thing I wanted to ask you, like, you've met some pretty amazing people throughout this journey. And I know you can't pick a favorite, but there has to be at least somebody that sticks out in your mind that's, through this venture, you're like, this was a really cool moment in my life. And I just wanted to know, one of those moments that you wanted to speak about.
Well, there is several, but I'll tell you the one that's most unbelievable and sounds like it's a movie, and that is hard to believe. It's just because the story keeps getting bigger and bigger as I tell it. But I'm going to tell it, and people can choose to believe it or not. Before I had any fans at all, I had these people that were encouraging me in music to go after this thing. That when I made that first album and completed it and got the CDs and things like that, I thought, hey man, this is going to sell like hotcakes. And it didn't do that. It did not do that at all. And, but I was taking it around and I was meeting these other artists that had achieved what I was trying to achieve. And some of them were legends. We're talking Charlie Daniels and B.B. King. And Charlie Daniels, I met him, and you hand your music to these people and that they get this all the time, but you still do it just by some glimmer of hope that they will listen and maybe be able to help you out in some way, which is most likely never going to happen. And but I handed my album to Charlie Daniels one time. This is not the story, but this is a quick one. I handed my album to Charlie Daniels, and it was about a month or two later, he tweeted me, and I saved the tweet. He tweeted me and said, Marty Ray Project, listen to your album. It rocks. And I was like, wow, man, like that really boosted me in a place where I was about to give up,
Yeah.
And I was like, this is too hard, man. I can't, it's just too hard to break into this thing. And when I seen that, I was like, all right, I got to keep going. And so then I went to a B.B. King's concert, and he was old at this point. He was like in a wheelchair already. And he was, he had to be wheeled around in a wheelchair, but he sat in a chair in the middle of the stage. Yeah. And the same tour. I was on the front row, and he was playing, and I'm just sitting there vibing, I'm like, oh man, BB, just killing it up there. Even though he was an older man, he still killed it. And he stopped in the middle of the show, and he points over there at me, and he says, as long as that man right there is having a good time, so am I. And he goes, thrill is gone away. And I was like, what the heck, man? He's talking to me. And everybody was looking at me. They thought I knew him somehow. And I didn't know who BB. I knew who he was, but I've never met him before. And I was like, what in the world's happening? This is amazing. So if the story stopped there, It's already amazing, but it just progressively gets bigger and crazier. So after the show, I knew the person that was putting that show on, so I had the blessing of being able to go backstage and meet BB King.
Wow.
Personally. And but we're going up to the stage, and we're going behind the stage, and it's pitch black dark. You can't see anything besides the flashlight that they're leading you by in front of you. And there's this row of security guards that are standing there with their arms crossed, blocking us from going. So if we're going like this, where's the camera? If we're going like this, the security guards are over here, right? So there's a line of security, so we can't go like this and go to the stage. So, but you can't see anything anyway besides them and this narrow little pathway that you're walking on. As I'm walking, everybody, there's like hundreds of people walking back there, and I'm walking back, and all of a sudden, through these security guards comes this massive hand, comes out and grabs my hand, and starts pulling me to those security guards. And I'm like, what in the world's going on here? And just a massive hand. And he pulls me in. The security guards are pushing me, and they're saying, you got to leave. And I'm like, somebody got a hold of my hand, and they parted ways. And it was BB King in a wheelchair pulling me to him.
Wow.
And he said, he looked up at me and he goes, I want you to know that I enjoyed having you tonight. And I said, oh, yeah, that's kind of what came out right there.
Yeah.
What the freak are you supposed to say? Like, why do I deserve this attention? Right? What is this? And he said, I look forward to seeing you back there. And I was like, this is crazy, man. And I have a Martin guitar, and BB King was under contract with Gibson guitars. He was not, he was obligated. He was contractually obligated to only sign Gibson guitars. So I waited in the end of that line and let all these people go in there first and they were meeting him, and they were getting a picture, and they were talking to him briefly, and they were just kind of moving people along like a cattle call or whatever. And they were taking guitars in there, and anybody that didn't have a Gibson guitar was being, shooed away. They would not get a signature. So I seen that, and I was like, oh man, he's not going to sign my Martin for sure then. But I took it anyway. And as soon as I got in there, as soon as I walked in, he looks up and he goes, his eyes lit up, and he said, there's my friend, like that. And then I bring the guitar to him. I hand it right to him. He looks up at the head of it, and he says, sees it's Martin. He goes, looks up at me, and he says, I'm going to sign it anyway. And he signed BB King on my Martin guitar. And it could be the only one signed by BB King. I don't know.
Dude, that's crazy.
And then, so if the story stops there, right, it's already big. It's already unbelievable. But it doesn't stop there. I had that album that I created, and I hand it to him, and he looks at the album. He goes, well, I knew you. He said something like, I knew you was a musician. I can't remember his exact words, but it was something like that. And then he looks over at the person. He says, hand me that Sharpie back, like that. And I thought, no, I was saying, no, I don't want you to sign this. I'm giving this to you. He goes, I know who it's for. Gets the Sharpie, hands it to me, and says, I want you to sign this to BB King. And at this point, I'm almost in tears, right? Trying to be a man and not cry right there in front of BB King. But my first album ever, I signed to BB King, and I like to think that he kept it on his bus until the day he died.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, and in the chat, Jeff said, like, that's awesome. Let's see that guitar. He plays this guitar on his albums and a lot of stuff on the YouTube and different social medias. You can actually see the guitar. Yeah. And then in some of his videos too, you can actually see in the background, you can see a picture of BB that's signed and everything. So I can send you a link to a couple of those. But yeah, if you check it out, he does. He still has that guitar. So we were just saying in the chat, Jeff Kennedy was saying, let's awesome see the guitar. Obviously, you don't have it with you, but I said in a couple of your videos, you can see the guitar and some pictures and stuff that you have of them. We got. No, I don't know what happened. So he's going to be right back.
I'll be right back. This is the coolest
This
interview ever.
like you said,
story.
What you said, like Dancy, what a story.
Wow.
Just absolutely unbelievable. I couldn't imagine. Like he kept saying how he had cold chills. You just go in there like I had cold chills just listening to the story, and it didn't even happen to me. Like just an absolutely incredible story.
There
we
am
go.
I back?
We got it. Yeah, we're just saying Dan C. No, it's okay. Dan C. just is admiring the story as well as us. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. How you were saying you got goosebumps earlier, just listening to your story and that the opportunity, like just goosebumps with us. So
I saw him on that.
Isn't that hard to believe? That's so crazy. What'd you say?
I saw him on that tour. I'm guessing the same tour up in Ottawa, and it was like I was I think second level, and it was odd because my parents introduced me to BB King, and I've always listened to him, and him and some others. It was odd to see him in a wheelchair when he first got rolled out there and the trumpets and the band is playing. But as soon as he started playing, it was like, oh, this guy can't, he's having trouble walking, but holy crap, can he still play? And he can sing. Man, he could sing.
He couldn't play and sing at the same time.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know that for sure.
He couldn't. He never did play and sing at the same time. He would play his lead parts, and then he would put his arm up on his guitar, and he would be like, "I bought you a brand new car. Said you wanted a Cadillac." And he would prop it up, and then when it was time for him to play, he would get to work. But he never played and sang at the same time, which I found so incredible.
Yeah, Dan C. in the chat says he took a history of rock and roll class at the University of Michigan, and BB King was the absolute star of the history.
I don't doubt that, man. I'm gonna tell you what, BB King, still to this day, that whole story, that whole experience that I don't know, but I can't imagine too many people that having a story like that with BB King. I don't know how. And it was like a divine moment that happened, and it still to this day drives me and keeps me going.
That's
and I had, like I said, I had no fans. I had not one fan then, not one.
Yep.
But I had people like him and Charlie Daniels and Loretta Lynn and those people were divinely, without even knowing it, were shoving me into creation. They were putting me out there and making me continue doing what I was doing.
What do you think it was during the concert that drove him to notice you? Where you must have been singing at the top of your lungs.
No, I wasn't. I'll tell you first. I should have prefaced it with this. When we walked in, you know how a concert is all the house lights are always super dark.
Yeah.
So when we walked in there, they were super dark, and BB comes out and he starts playing a little bit, and he stops and he says, "Raise the house lights up. I want to see my people." And so they raise them up a little bit, and it's not to his liking. He says, "No, raise them up a little bit more." They raise them up a little bit more. He goes, "Now just turn them all the way on." So he literally played the whole show as bright as a living room. It wasn't like
I remember that.
He saw everybody. He said, "I want to see everybody." And so it was not like he was struggling to see me. And it's not like I'm hard to notice if I'm on the front row with a bald head and a big beard. So I think what initially drew his attention was that there was a man that looked like he was a hillbilly, just feeling his music better than anybody in there, right? I think that's what the initial thing was, that, and it never left him. Then he started feeling something else. I think he started feeling a kindred spirit afterwards. So I think it was more than just, hey, there's a bald-headed white guy with a big beard that looks like he came from the mountains that likes my music. I think it went deeper than that, but I do believe that because of this massive beard and the bald head, I think that was what drew his eyeballs. Absolutely. Right? It could have been the fact that I took my clothes off and was dancing up on front of the stage too. I don't know.
I don't think it was that. I think
it happens.
It was the hillbilly, the hillbilly connection.
Keep your story the original way. Don't tell it.
Yeah. So I saw a couple of throwback pictures of you, like way back in the day, pre-beard, probably high school type era. You were an absolute monster. I feel like you could probably bench an 18-wheeler if you really wanted to. Did you play any sports? Did you run security for school, making sure kids weren't smoking in the boys' room?
I always that you talking about when I was in shape, when I looked pretty.
Hey, we all got that dad bod thing going on, man. Like we not him. He just hit puberty. A couple more years, he'll get it. But
hey, old is a shape, man. Old is a shape. There's different shapes.
Wow,
that's true. I'll tell you, I'm a double dad bod, so I'm going for my third.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I hope I don't reach it, but I'm trying my best to not reach it, but it seems like it's getting closer and closer. You're probably talking about a picture from after I graduated. My whole high school career, I was a chunky boy. I was.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was thick. I wasn't fat. I wasn't as fat as I am now, but I was chunky the whole time. But then after I graduated, I moved back to Memphis. I was born in Memphis, grew up in Arkansas, went back to Memphis after I graduated, and didn't have any friends in Memphis, right? So what do? You start looking for ways to occupy your mind, and I started studying fitness and working out. I started literally all I did was work out.
I can tell.
And study. So I just studied fitness. I said, you know what? I was thinking I want to be a fitness trainer now. This is fun. And I was religiously working out. It was 5 years of my life I was doing that. I was in very good shape. I was able to, without steroids, I could bench. I don't know what my bench was max wise, because I didn't do that, but I worked out with 310 pounds on the bench. That's what I worked out with. So I didn't, but I don't know what my max was. I didn't, because I thought that was always an ego thing, and I didn't want to get involved with that. But I never took steroids. And when I got married and had my first child, I lost all the gumption to go after it so hard as I was.
Yeah,
and I started eating more. Yeah, and you seen that chiseled jaw I used to have. Man.
Oh yeah, and no offense to the chiseled jaw, but I like the look as it is right now.
Jaws don't matter anymore.
I never want to see my chin again. Nah. So speaking of no chins and beards and everything, like you've done a lot of stuff for the bearded community. I mean, what do you think that is one of your biggest contributions to the bearded community?
Well, I don't know. People say that, but I didn't go about it. Like, I was growing a beard before it was the popular thing to do. When in high school, I grew a beard and got persecuted for it. Like, the teachers would say, you got to go home and shave and things like that, because some of these, it's going to confuse new students because they're going to think you're the teacher or something. And I said, that's no reason for me to have to shave and things like that.
Good in our high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been growing a beard for a long time, man. Before Duck Dynasty, before the thing came, I don't know what people say you've done a lot for the bearded community, but other than just make funny videos, I don't know. I don't know what I've done besides just make people laugh. And that was always my goal.
Yep.
In those parody videos that I did, was just to make people laugh and to see that, to kind of see that even though I look mean, I'm not mean. I'm a gentle, funny guy. I like to have fun. And I think that goes for, because I think just like everybody, people get judged by their cover a lot, no matter what they look like. And that's the worst thing. I have a quote that I said years ago. I used to tell people, I said, look, don't judge me for my looks, judge me for my sounds. Close your eyes and just listen to me, and then judge me after that. But don't look at me and judge me from the way I look, because you might be wrong. You might be right, but you might be wrong. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So speaking of beards, what's one of your go-to beard products? Any certain ones you like? Do you use products like?
I used to be sponsored by a beard company, Beardalizer.
Okay.
I'm not mad at them. They dropped me, but
their loss.
Yeah, well, it was. I'd like to say it was amicable. It wasn't amicable, but I didn't know they were going to do that. But nonetheless, we had some good years, made some funny videos from it.
Yep.
And you can't take that away. And but now I'm in the process of starting my own beard product company. It's going to be called Beards of Alpha. It's going to be like a beard fraternity.
That is amazing.
More than just a company. I want to do something. I don't want to just make beard oil in the kitchen. I want to build a community of people that have beards, and then people that don't. I'm not talking about people that have beards like mine. Even it could be because I feel even if the people are growing a beard and they can't grow a real nice beard, but they're still trying to rock it. They're friends of mine, man. Which I know I got a song that says all my friends are bearded, but that really ain't true. I got tons of friends that ain't. So it doesn't. Even the people that just like beards, you know what I mean? That they like beards, but maybe they can't grow a massive beard. But
sometimes it takes till you're 37 to hit puberty. It is what it is.
Yeah,
that's right. I thought it was 37.
Well, he's always going forward. He's like, oh, this guy grew a beard in high school. Yeah, it wasn't 39. It was like 37.
So, I could grow one, except I had different patches in different places. And up until probably like 2 or 3 years ago, all of a sudden it started filling in. But I was shaving like religiously. Then all of a sudden, a couple of years ago, I got lazy. I had kids, and I was like, I'm just growing my beard, and I'll just trim it when it gets. And I was like, holy crap!
And peer pressure from me.
I don't have patches. Then all of a sudden, McClear decides to shave his beard 2 years ago and grow it back. And I was like, I'll see what I can do. And so here I am. Since Labor Day, this is impressive for someone that could never grow a good beard.
Yes. So
is there any way I can get a closer look at that beard? Like, can you?
Yeah, get right here.
Camera static.
Right there.
Here's the camera. Get right in there.
It's not bad. Like, so I always had patches here and here.
Man, you know what? You're encouraging a lot of people right now, man, that have that problem.
It takes time.
It does take time.
So there was there, and then also right in here. But I used to, when I was younger, rock out the sideburns. So I would have sideburns down to here, which I at one point thought was just gloriously beautiful. It wasn't, but I like the sideburns look. I like the Elvis look.
Yep. But
I love Elvis.
Hell yeah. So when you get your things going, and I'm sure you're absolutely covered. But if you need more fraternity members, you got two right here that would love to help you in anything we can do, even if it's as simple as wearing, a shirt that we'll purchase, whatever we can to help you out. Just know that the guys at Beard Laws, and we have a very, very, very knowledgeable beard guy here. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the videos or anything, but Dan C is a great, great bearded guy for the bearded community. Does amazing videos and everything on YouTube. He's, as soon as you said that stuff, his eyes his cartoon eyes are even excited. Where's the camera? Bam, right there.
Cartoon eyes.
That's absolutely amazing. And like I said, I know you have, an absolutely amazing following, but, as bearded brother to bearded brother, if there's anything we can ever do to help, we're definitely here for you, man.
There's a lot y'all going to be able to do to help. I mean, I need everybody. It's not like, I want everybody to be involved in the fraternity. And then the thing about me is I want to build a place like a website and an email list of where we can communicate with each other without having to go through algorithms.
Yes.
And without having to use other people's platforms, that we can actually communicate. And because that's the thing about me. I think that's why I have such a loyal following is because I've always commented back to everybody myself. I've always used to answer every single comment. Every one of them I answered in the old days. But now it's so hard to do that because sometimes some of those videos are old and I don't even get notifications for it. So I would have to go and search every video every day to find those. But I still try to get on new videos, I get just about every one of them. Yep. And even the messages, the comments and messages and emails, I answer all those myself because I think that was the reason why I was meant to be discouraged for a moment. During a season, I was supposed to be discouraged about my singing and my talent so that when I was able to achieve something, I would always stay humble. And I think that's a big factor in it that kept me, because I appreciate every single person that views my work or downloads my albums or whatever they do, even if they say, man, you're fat, but you sang good, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, thank you so much, man.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
man.
it. I love you.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
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 You get a lot of things you get a lot of backhanded compliments on YouTube. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, it's an interesting place. Just got a couple more questions if you got time, but if you got to run, definitely understand.
No, man, I'm just sitting at a gas station. Just let me know. We're good.
Absolutely, yeah. Just
I done interrupted y'all's show twice now with phone calls. I owe you more than whatever you need. I'm here.
you owe us
Appreciate
nothing,
the
man.
heck out of it.
So, what is one what is one kind of beard related joke that you get all the time that kind of annoys you a little? I know the one for me personally is, hey, you one of those guys Dynasty? Like, no.
Yeah, no, not that one for me. Mine's different, and it's so annoying. And I always make a point to let the people know that it's overplayed and annoying by saying, when they say it, I always say, hey, man, that was hilarious. When's the Netflix special? With deadpan face, just like,
Oh.
What they say is, they say, hey, it's not like it offends me. It's just they say it so much. It's like, please, think of something creative. I'm okay if you talk bad about me.
Yeah.
If it's funny, I'm going to laugh with you. But they say the same thing. Looks like his hair left his head and went on his face. And I'm like, that's the best you can do, man.
Yeah.
Because I shaved my head. His hair left his or his head's upside down or something like that. It's always something. It might have been funny the first time,
maybe.
but when they keep, I don't know. But they don't know. They don't know that I've heard that a million times. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they couldn't. Here's the thing about YouTube. There's a very few times when I'll get an actual hate comment, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
I don't want to get a lot of hate on YouTube at all, or even on Facebook. So I've been blessed in that. I haven't. Most of the comments are lovely. Even the ones that are, like I said, backhanded, where they say, how did know Haggard could sing? Things like that. And you go, hey, they like the singing though. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
And but even those they're lovely to me. I don't care if they don't like the way I look or not, as long as they vibe to what I'm singing. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
I ain't no pretty boy. I ain't trying to be. So
yeah, gave up on that a long time ago.
Yeah.
So we do a segment on the show that's called What's in My Beard. It's a segment that's a food review segment. So what we do is we go to different places, we try the food, because as you know, stuff gets in the beard. So we do just an honest review of the restaurant. And once in a while, we try to bring in people that cook the food because their customer service, they have to be nice. But this is kind of their opportunity to kind of complain about some, customers. So question to you is, what is one of the foods that you absolutely love, but you really struggle to eat because of the beard?
Man, that would be like spaghetti, like pasta. You know what I mean? I love pasta, and it's so hard to eat because you gotta almost gotta chop it up and then eat it in like a spoon or something.
Almost like when we were kids.
That's right. Yeah, it's like,
Daddy, you cutting up my food? No, this one's for me.
Yeah.
This one's.
And I still end up with sauce all over my beard. Somehow it always happens.
So what's your favorite place anywhere you've been to eat? It can be hometown, it can be a dive bar, it can be a deli, it can be a best restaurant. What's your favorite place to eat?
Favorite place to eat? Man, you're talking to a fat boy, so there's many of those.
Plug them.
You gotta narrow that down, brother. What kind of food are you talking here?
Yeah, Dan C. Anything with sauce.
If you go, let's go with, if you go home and you are relaxing and you just need a good burger or some good pasta. If
I'm at home, if I'm at home and I want a good burger, I mean, to be honest with you, if it's like I'm at home and I'm gonna stop and pick something up and go home with it, it's gonna be just like some fast food or something. Or I'm gonna make it myself at home.
Okay.
And but if I'm going out to a restaurant, I tell you a place. There's a place here called Jumbo Delicious in Hendersonville, and it is probably one of the best burgers I've eaten. There's also a place it's a franchise I think, called Jonathan's Grill. I don't know if it's a franchise, but I think it is. They have amazing food, amazing burgers. But people kind of they hate to give franchises any love, but there's a reason why they're franchises. They got good food, please.
And they've battled through the tough times. Started off with the small shops. They've earned their way up.
Yep. Yeah, I don't knock them because they made a big time thing out of a small time thing.
Yeah,
because that's how winning is done, like Rocky would say, right?
Yeah, exactly. So when we come down to visit you, so we can hype you up everywhere you go, we'll make sure to check out those two places and burgers are really tough to eat with the big beard. They're everywhere. I'm a guy that you can whatever you can put on a burger. Give me the veggies, give me everything, and it's just everywhere. But it's a little snack for later.
Yeah. Where are y'all at?
We are in New York, right on the Canadian border. So people are like, New York. I mean, I don't know. Like when you think New York, you're like, New York City. No, a little north. Like Syracuse or Albany. No, way north. We are actually 45 minutes from Ottawa. That's how north we are.
Almost Canadians.
Yeah, we're literally 7 miles, probably 10 miles from the Canadian bridge.
Yep, just to get for the international bridge.
I love Canada.
Oh,
that's for sure. I was in Canada last year, and I went and got my first Canadian poutine, and it was
it's a life changer, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been craving it ever since. So I'm thinking about moving.
Hey, if you want to move, why don't you come with us? We'll put you up in the studio or whatever for now. You can teach us a couple things. But one thing, too, that you haven't maybe tried in Canada, they have things called beaver tails. And it's almost like a fried bread dough with cinnamon and powder and all this contraption. Beaver tails are pretty amazing as well.
Is it like a sweet
it's
treat?
A sweet, yeah, yep.
Like a funnel cake?
Kind of like a funnel cake, but like Canadian style. So maple syrup, I think they probably put on it with. Is there cinnamon? There might be. I can't remember, but I think they do something with some maple.
Yeah.
Are y'all sweet or savory men?
I'm a sweet guy.
I'm not.
I'm a savory. If you gave me a choice between sweets or savory, I would go savory every time. Sweets are I do like them. They're great, but I could do without them. If they didn't exist, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. You know what I mean?
Like I haven't had a donut in probably 2 years. Like I don't like a lot of maple syrup or anything like that on it. Give me I don't know. Well, for one, give me hot wings, but there's that. But if you're ever up near Ottawa
or Toronto
or Toronto, look up Ottawa Blues Fest. It is a fantastic concert in the capital of Canada. And if you're ever up near there, look us up. Or let Matt know or myself, and it is a time. It is.
Do y'all go there every year?
We try to. It is such a concert in a party. Not like we don't go there for the party. It's a little spread out the way they do it because there's different places that they go.
Yep, like they have the main stage, and then they have like Blues Village, and then they have the kind of the younger crowd, I'd say, area with like selfie technology stations and some different kind of music. And then my favorite one last year is way back of like nowhere while this concert was going on. Rodrigo y Gabriela played. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're Brazilian, and they're just like a male, female, a 12 string and another one. And they are able to play the guitar and like the percussions while they're playing. And it's just an absolute masterpiece what they do. Like they don't really have words, and there's one song, and they're like, they just get you going, and they're like, all right, sing with us. And you're thinking, well, you don't have songs, and they just get playing, and then the whole crowd, next thing you know, they're going, oh, and next thing you know, you're just singing to them just playing, and they're a pretty cool piece, and they were up at Blues Fest just in this weird hidden area, and when Obama was when he was president. And the Brazilian president came over to the White House, they actually hired these guys to play for him. So,
wow,
yeah, they're impressive. I didn't go to that part. I stayed. Who was I watching? I was watching Eric Church with the wife, who I really enjoy Eric Church. But Matt went to see these guys and came back, and his eyes were just wow. It was crazy. He's like, oh my god.
That sounds like an amazing, very amazing interactive show.
It's good. I'll send you a link to one of their shows one time, and they have everything down to the minute. Like they have a timer on the side, and their whole set is just time related, and they just flow one song to the next. It's a cool thing. I'll send you a video of that. But yeah, if you're ever in the area for Blues Fest, and it's cool because Ottawa has such a very, very good kind of like music culture. Like every different little pub and area, club. They just
have you ever been
to Ottawa? No, I went to Edmonton.
Okay, way over. So we'll get you. We're gonna get you to Ottawa. We're gonna have a cool little meetup, and well, when things work themselves out, of course.
Well, if I go to a music fest, I'm playing at it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's the only time I would really go. I'm not. It would seem like somebody like me would be maybe big on crowds, but I really ain't. I'm really not big on crowds.
I'm not.
Like Memphis in May, when I lived in Memphis, they had this huge Memphis in May blues festival, big huge thing in Memphis, and people like Post Malone and all these people would come and play there. Just a massive show. There'd be 5 stages and 5 bands playing at the same time, and at different parts of the river. And I was never into that. I went a couple times, and it just, people always say, man, you got to come. And I would go, and I'm not big. I'm not into crowds. I don't like to have to fight my way through crowds. I don't know why. I don't enjoy it.
So what we'll do then, in order to get you there, is I'll work my magic and we'll get you playing at Blues Fest in Ottawa. It's gonna be awesome. That's the new goal.
They'd love you.
2021.
I'll do that. 100%.
We'll do that. So listen,
then we can hang out backstage.
There we go. We're in. Seriously, so we're not going to waste any more of your time. I just want to tell you thank you so much for taking the opportunity to do this, and hopefully in the future we'll stay connected. And we'll obviously be a part of your bearded fraternity that you're having, and it's a great bearded brotherhood that kind of we started. And seriously, I want to thank you very much, man, for taking the time. We appreciate you.
Well, it's already begun. It's right here. There's three members already.
Absolutely. Perfect. And for anybody else that is still watching, you guys can check out Marty Ray and his band, the Marty Ray Project. You can go to martyrayproject.com, youtube.com/Marty Ray Project, twitter.com/Marty Ray Project. Guess what's next? Facebook.com/Marty Ray Project, and Instagram.com/Marty Ray Project. Check them out. Like them on every single social media. I guarantee you will thank us later. And he's on the TikTok.
You're on the TikTok too? Is there anything you don't do?
TikToks now.
Oh, I got it. That's like the only social media that I actually have a following. So I'm going to send you a request. I'm going to look you up. You'll never guess what I am. Beard Laws.
Joe wants to be the 5th member.
I want to definitely go check some of your content out on there.
Absolutely. Don't judge me on my singing. I haven't sung From the Soul on there yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. But it's a lot of beard related stuff. But yeah, we'll check it out. I'm going to do some duets. And Dan C says, man, I appreciate the respect. Appreciate and respect the hell out of the Marty Ray Project. Giving his time here, he's captivated. So
thank you, brother.
And Joseph, he's over and he says, can I be the 5th member?
100%. We need. Let's just keep building it. Spread the project around. Let's tell some people. We're gonna. Hey, send me on Instagram. Send me your phone number and we'll link up.
Absolutely.
And I'll keep y'all updated.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
On the what the status is.
Sounds good. Awesome. Like I said, we appreciate you taking your time, and we'll chat soon.
Right on, brother. God bless y'all.
Yeah. Have a good night, man. Absolutely amazing.
That was crazy.
Like Dan C said, captivated isn't even the word.
Yeah,
just an amazing, talented individual. Can't thank him enough for taking the time to spend with all of us.
He's done the work. He's done more than the work. It didn't fail, but he wasn't there. And imagine part of his big break was a Happen Chance by B.B. King.
Well, in the Charlie Daniel, just
Charlie Daniel saying, but the Happen Chance by B.B. King.
Yep.
Like he said, made him keep going.
That
is crazy.
How that stuff works is unexplainable, and like he says, it's a gift from the higher power and everything. Whether you believe or not, it's something that, kept him going, made him who he is today. And guys,
That's
honestly, follow him on anything you can. You will not be disappointed.
And if you're still watching from the gas station,
seriously, guys, thank you so much.
Awesome.
And seriously, thank all of you guys for coming back, sticking around. This is the Beard Law's world record for longest live ever. We're at 2 minutes, 21 seconds. We've had a blast. Time flies when you're having fun. Thanks to our special guest. I didn't know you were live on the YouTube. Yeah, Dancy, we started doing the YouTube thing a little bit ago, trying to build the brand a little bit because I'm inspired. I'm inspired by this guy, Dancy, what he's accomplished, what he's done. So we started the YouTube a little bit. We're kind of doing them both. So yeah.
Do you think,
Dancy, you're going to be a part of this Bearded Brotherhood?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think we get some of these guys on here real quick for interviews? But I think we need to get him back for an interview again.
Yep. We'll get Marty back. I'm sure he'll take some time. Dan C is a scheduled guest. We've kicked it around a little bit, just haven't confirmed on a date.
Sure. Dan
C, when he's on the show, is going to be electric. This guy can light up any room. He is an absolute stud on the YouTube. His content's amazing. I don't know if you've watched it, but next time I'm at your house, I'm going to make you watch some
Please
Dan C
do.
stuff.
My time is limited.
Yes, very limited. And
unless
he knows.
Unless I'm here.
Dan C's got a pretty newborn.
Unless I'm here.
Yeah.
I am surrounded by kids, wife, and everyone else in my house.
Yeah, I feel you. But seriously, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys here. And I know that you know that I know that. You see that? Yeah. You know that I know that I know that. And so Dan C is going to bring a huge crowd.
Cool.
A very talented, diverse, educated crowd. Because not only is he a teacher, not only is he a teacher, not only is he one of the most intelligent, knowledgeable guys, I'm going to say it, in the world.
Ooh.
And I'm not just saying that because he's here. If he wasn't here, you guys know. I tell this guy all the time.
Anyways.
He's just I'm a big fan, and I couldn't be more proud to call him my friend as well. So,
nice.
All right, we can go on and on and on, but seriously, we're not going to take up any more of your time. We appreciate the hell out of you. Tuesdays, because of everything that's going on, Tuesday nights, we are going to be doing a talk show. So even if you got 5 minutes, you want to come in, just say, hey, you want to come in, promote your brand. You want to come in and just say, hey, your beard looks like shit today. Hey, your beard looks good. We're going to go live every Tuesday at 9 for the next little bit. Thursday, same thing, 9 o'clock, more structured, featured interview, what's in my beard, artist, everything else. You want an amazing show because there's not much to do? Monday nights, Dan C's live on YouTube. Wednesday nights, Dan C's live on YouTube. Tuesday nights, Talking Beards live on Facebook and I believe YouTube coming up. And then they're going to do, I think, an 8 o'clock on Tuesday, I believe, as well. And we're going to try to do a 9 o'clock. So
no.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So we have you covered Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We got you guys covered.
Freaking beards everywhere.
It's just an amazing. Well, it's more than a trio. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's technically 6. I don't know what the fancy word for 6 is, but that's how many there are.
Let's not get into that.
Let's not get into that. But he's got to pee. We're out of here. Thank you guys so much for everything you guys do. So
peace.
We'll be chatting. Check the social medias. Dan C, Beard Laws, Talking Beards, Marty Ray Project. We're going to hit you with the outro. Seriously, guys, it's been amazing. Love you all. Stay safe. Stay informed. And, don't get the corona. So we're going to hit you with the outro. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.